Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Yes, so a lot to discuss. I just watched Shane Dawson's video, his apology, where he was sitting on the sofa feeling sorry for himself. I understand he's in a lot of stress, he's losing everything, he's losing his people that support him, and for a long time. So I just want to address his apology one by one. So he first of all apologized for making videos with black faces and stuff. I mean, I think this definitely could apply for many people 20 years ago, especially young people, including myself. I was so ignorant about the whole issue. I didn't know much about the history of black community, about racism in America and elsewhere. So I can't say 100% that I never did anything that I'm not proud of in that regard, because seriously, I wasn't informed, and I was ignorant, same as Shane Dawson. And for that reason, I accept that he is ashamed and he understands that it's a bad thing to do. Next one was him talking about the whole issue with him asking sexual questions from the very young 12-year-old girl that surfaced in the internet, and then asking someone to twerk and show themselves. He was explaining that, it's my family, it's that's how we joke, and they already forgave me, and it's not me today, it was me back then, and I was depressed and all that. Look, I don't think that the explanation that was your cousin have any redeeming qualities whatsoever. Just thinking about it, that doesn't sit well with me, that kind of behavior. The only sort of excuse I could give is, he was young and he was stupid and ignorant, and maybe did that for shock value. And I don't think that he's some kind of predator of some kind. So also, just going back, I just want to say that about his first apology, is definitely not my place to accept that apology and say, oh, okay, it's okay. I'm just speaking from my side, but I think people who are affected by his actions, who went through difficulties, black community, they have to look at his apology and say if that's okay, and if they can sort of take it on board and see that he's coming from genuine place. Now, so those two things that's resurfaced, although I still feel a bit weird about this cousin situation, 12-year-old, that he was asking such explicit questions. Okay, I can say, okay, fine, Shane, you were young and ignorant, and you didn't know what you were doing, and you just wanted views, and you wanted to make it, and so fine. That, for me personally, I could take it with a grain of salt now, although, as I said, something doesn't sit very well with me. But I don't understand this James Charles situation. And I was on a bandwagon where I thought that James was a bit cocky, too much, and all these things came from Tati and from Jeffrey. And now, knowing that Shane was also involved in this whole bashing and creating this horrible persona for James Charles, I mean, this is just, he was already a grown man. He wasn't 20-year-old who doesn't know what he's doing. He is already very rich, and he doesn't need more millions, but greed comes into place. So him to saying, I'm sorry, I was just in a moment, I'm sorry, that just shows me that you potentially are still the same person like you were when you were a 20-year-old. And yeah, that somehow doesn't make sense to me. Just his excuses doesn't make sense to me. You know, what I personally wanted to hear from Shane Dawson is that, look, yes, I was wrapped up in it all. Yes, it was a great business opportunity for me to make good money and also to be involved in some, you know, creative process, and I'm not perfect and I could be bitter and I'm not that, you know, I'm human sort of thing. That was somehow somewhat addressed in his apology video, but not fully, where he said, look, you know, I screwed up and I'm not always nice, and the image that I have about myself is exaggerated, and I am like everyone else, and I make mistakes, and I could be angry, and I could be really stupid even now, and I'm learning from this. And the way he said it is almost like, oh, I'm sorry, you know, but I'm still nice, I'm still good, I'm still Shane that you know, and this is, you know, it's not me who I was in the past, it's not me. But then you were showing blackface, which is, you know, not a proud moment. Then you were kissing dogs' pee-pees. Then you were asking teenagers about sex. And then it wasn't you then, back then, but all of a sudden, you're doing this with your friends. And you know, there is a saying, show me your friends and I will tell you who you are. And your friends, Trisha, Jeffrey, and I do like Jeffrey, he's very entertaining, but I think, you know, those two doesn't come across as very balanced individuals. You did say, Shane, though, Shane did say that, you know, he is drawn to people who potentially are also broken as much as he is. So in a way he did admit that he's broken and he's not perfect. But I mean, this is a big manipulation, this apology, and I'm sure he had lots of people advising what to say, and he probably re-recorded that apology millions of times. And what I want to say is, I'm not buying it. It's not enough for me to continue supporting and buying products. And I think the main issue for people is that they were buying Shane's products because they felt sorry for him, because of his brokenness, because they could relate with him, because he was so nice, and you know, but that was fake image. We can see now that in the past he wasn't perfect, but at the same time, even now, it could be bitter. He actually attacked poor young 19-year-old and watched him being hated by millions of people and going to a very dark place. And it was okay then, but only now, when it all came to surface and he was busted, now he is posting an apology, you know. But anyway, we're all learning. I'm still a bit shocked with everything I found about Shane, and as I said in my previous video, I didn't even know about Shane before he started his video with Jeffree Star. I had no idea that he even existed on this planet. So, you know, I don't have invested relationship that I watch this person grow throughout the years, and I can see the change. I can only see what's in front of me at the moment. So, but anyway, I wonder, what do you think about his apology? Please leave comment below and let me know what you think about that whole apology. It would be interesting to know whether you accept it, whether you find it genuine. He wanted to be very genuine, and he's very good at creating image of being a genuine guy. So what do you think? And thank you for clicking on my video and watching it all. It's 10 minutes, so it's quite longish, but yeah, anyways, interesting times, and it's I'll think about it a bit more as well, but it's just my thoughts after his apology. All right, guys, thank you, bye.